with investment banking and investment company. So I combine two topics for this week. And for next week, kita tak ada kelas. I have already uploaded a video on regulations of financial institutions. So I hope that everybody can go to the YouTube channel and also watch the video, because I also schedule a quiz for you starting from 16 until 23rd of January next week. And next week would be week 13, and then week 14 would be our presentation week for your assignment number 3. And for today, I expect you to present your task 2, but please keep to the time, 5 minutes for each group. You don't have to explain in detail, even though you have a detailed slide, it's okay, but you don't have to explain in detail the features. I just need to see, because you already submitted your infographic. I only want to see, for example, when you have a different types of deposits, what are they? When you have a different types of financing, what are they? So that we can compare the products offered by different banks. All right. So for today, we're going to look at topic 10 and also topic 11, which is actually the last topic. Kalau kita tengok the list yang asal lah, but I switch a bit. So for this week, kita buat investment banking. And then for next week, for regulations too, is actually a sharing by one of the banker, so that it is better for you to listen from banker's point of view, especially on regulations, so that they can share with you all the practical parts and also the hands-on experience. All right. So for today, we're going to look at first of all investment banking. Okay. All right, so a bit on investment banking, but I'm sure we have covered this earlier on when we talk about the different types of banks, whereby we discuss about commercial banking, about non-financial institution. So here we have investment banking, right? So the functions, the focus of this topic is actually the functions of investment banking, right? So first of all, they are actually introduced by Bank Negara in 2005. And all discount houses, they were actually absorbed by the merchant banks. So, all right, if you look at the term here, investment bank used to be called merchant bank, Bank Saudagar. So they rename and merchant banks become investment bank. So what do they need for these merchant banks? They are actually stockbroking companies. They are brokers and they have license to perform investment banking functions by SC and also Bank Negara. All right, so saya skip je yang ni because we want to look at the functions of investment bank, right? So it's different from commercial banking, whereby commercial banking provides a retail business. The difference with investment bank is that they actually provide advisory, especially for corporate customer, not really on the individual customer, but the focus is actually on the corporate customer. All right, so they have this framework developed by Bank Negara and also SC based on the following principles. So these are the basic functions and the general function of investment bank, enhance the scope of activities for the merged entity, enhance capacity for growth and business expansion, and also minimize unnecessary regulatory burden. All right, so investment bank, just like any other commercial bank, they need to have a statutory reserve with Bank Negara. So it is a monetary policy. So we all know that all banks, they have to maintain certain amount of cash with the Bank Negara. All right, so here, the function of this SRR is actually to manage the liquidity of the bank for long-term purposes. So it's also applied to investment banks, all right? So for example, back in 2016, the SRR rate for banking is 3.5% of eligible liabilities, which means whatever liability that the bank has, 3.5% must be put to Bank Negara as statutory reserve. Okay. So all banks must comply with these SRR requirements. So you can see like if the bank has a certain amount of liability, 3.5% must be put under statutory reserve. So, right, these are the example of investment bank. So I think by now, since you already have your bank of choice, your commercial bank, because for your assignment, the focus is actually on commercial bank. But at the same time, all right, if you look at this list of investment banks, and they also have this commercial bank wing. So these are actually the wing or the different functions of the bank. But looking at the name, macam Affin, they have Affin Huang Investment Bank. It is actually from two entities, Affin and Huang DBS last time. Huang DBS is the stockbroker company, so they merge, they become Affin Huang Investment Bank. And Alliance Investment Bank, kita ada Alliance Bank kan, we even have group yang present tajuk Alliance Bank ni. M Investment Bank, right? So the anchor is M Bank lah. And then we have CIMB Investment Bank, Hong Leong Investment Bank, KF Investment Bank, Kenanga Investment Bank. So those are actually, these are stockbroking company. So they jadi investment bank. Maybank Investment, Public Investment, RHP Investment. Okay, so these are basically the functions of investment bank. So first of all is to raise capital and security underwriting. I think we have discussed before the functions of investment bank, which include the security underwriting, and kita kata the function is underwriter lah. So what they do is that they help company who wants to issue new shares to the public, and the process can involve IPO, initial public offerings yang dia kena offer, dia kena publish prospectus tu. Okay, so those are the example of kita kata the functions lah of investment bank. Second one is mergers and acquisition, because if you can see here, commercial bank tak buat ni. Commercial bank tak help, tak jadi underwriter. Commercial bank tak involved in mergers and acquisition. Commercial bank tak involved in sales and trading and equity research. Alright, second one is mergers and acquisition. Alright, in this case, when we talk about mergers and acquisition, one or two companies, they are actually merging, they combine, and because of certain factors. For example, the latest news that I read just this morning, kalau you all baca nanti UOB, saya tak sure group ni ke yang ada buat on UOB. So UOB ni dia merge dengan Citibank. So dia ambil the banking system of Citibank ni, UOB based di Singapore. Citibank Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand dengan apa lagi satu Vietnam kot. So they become very big nanti sebab dia dah ambil Citibank yang Southeast Asia ni. Alright, so for the function of mergers and acquisition, so this investment bank will advise the buyer and seller. In this case, macam UOB dengan Citibank ni, they have in the middle ni, yang the process ni kan, is actually done by investment bank. Right, so investment bank yang help the process of mergers and acquisition ni, the negotiation, the pricing, the structuring of transaction, how much they want to sell, how much they want to buy, so they need investment bank to calculate for them, as well as the procedure and also the implementation, when to implement, when is the best time to implement, contohnya kan. Number 3 is sales and trading and equity research. Banks match up buyers and sellers as well as buy and sell securities out of their own account to facilitate the trading of securities, right? Number 4, investment bank provide brokerage service for trading of stocks, bond, derivatives, commodity and equity securities. Alright, so the trading of shares, bursa punya trading ni, is actually facilitated by investment bank. So bila kita kata kita buat trading kan, kita ada trading account, you trade your shares. So the process tu is actually done by investment bank, bukan commercial bank. Walaupun kata, oh Maybank yang buat, it's not Maybank commercial, it's actually Maybank investment. Okay, manage investment, dah nama pun investment banks. Acting as intermediary between an issuer of securities and the investing public. Okay, ini can go back to the first function tadi lah, sebab dia ialah underwriter. And also facilitate private equity, corporate restructuring, mergers and acquisition, and also others. Okay, so these are basically the function of investment banks which can be combined. And I think dua ni boleh go back to point number 1 and 2 tadi lah. Alright, the products. So we might wonder what does investment bank provide for the customers, okay? Because if you look at the function, dia lebih kepada advisory. Like I said, the focus is actually more on the advisory, how to issue shares, how to do mergers and acquisition. They also have investment, they also have banking products and the financial products. So basically the products offered are quite similar to commercial banking and corporate banking. Right, corporate banking means the products offered to the corporate or the companies and not to individuals. For example, macam bankers acceptance kan, dia tak bagi dekat individual lah, it is actually for corporate. So the financial products ni dia ada quite similar to commercial banking. The difference is that the amount is larger. Right, so kalau commercial bank bagi products, mungkin bagi loan, mungkin the amount is smaller. But investment banks ni, because you remember they deal with corporates, so the amount is biasanya larger or bigger. And the facilities offered ni involve contohnya revolving or blanket, revolving project financing yang besar-besar, contoh project buat MRT kan, so it's a big project and they facilitate by investment bank. Ada capital financing contohnya, also facilitated by investment bank, not commercial bank. Because commercial bank, if you go back to the function, dia memang fokus on retail. Retail maksudnya lebih kepada individual lah, but this one lebih kepada corporate. Various facilities offered provide a financial package, okay, according to the total requirement of a customer or company, offer high amount of financial facilities through syndication or club deal. They also offer hybrid products such as sukuk, Islamic private debt security or Islamic bond. Okay, so nampak commercial bank tak ada, so investment bank ada. All these investment product, kita kata these are all investment product lah. Alright, scope of investment bank. So what do they actually do, these investment banks? Tadi kita tengok functions, basically we are looking at the general function. Contoh tadi saya kata they facilitate in the security offerings. So here kita nak tengok in detail lah, what do they actually do, these investment banks ni. Right, number 1, for public offerings of debts and equity securities. Okay, public offerings maknanya alright, so for public offerings, when we talk about public offerings, because the next slide nanti kita akan tengok on private offerings. So here is public offerings. For public offerings, maksudnya issue the shares to the public, you and me. Okay, kita public. So for public offerings, alright, so they involve in IPO, initial public offerings of securities. Contohnya company that have never before issued any public securities. Okay, never issue. When the first time want to go public and the first time company wants to go public, they have to approach investment bank telling them, okay, kami company XYZ, we want to issue shares to the public. We want to go through IPO. So this investment bank will help and will facilitate. And normally the first timer ni, because we tengok kat sini dia kata never before. So for the first timer ni, what they have to do is, okay, never before issue any public securities. So first time offer, of course, kena issue common stock or ordinary shares. Sama maksud. Ordinary shares. Okay. Or it can be IPO of new securities that companies that are already public have not been issued. For example, okay, last year they issue ordinary shares. This company, company XYZ tadi, dah manage to issue ordinary shares, the first step. The next year dia nak issue lagi, tapi dia nak issue new class of shares. Dia nak issue preference share pula contohnya, ataupun dia nak issue convertible debt security. So these are also included under initial public offerings. Dia kira new securities tapi new new class kata new class lah. Tadi first time, ini dah pernah issue tapi dia nak issue new class of securities or public offerings of securities that are already publicly traded. Okay, ini tadi dia dah issue ordinary shares After 2-3 years, okay, nak issue balik, nak issue lagi additional common stock, So issue lagi. Then these are also included as public offerings Ini tadi first time issue. Ini first time nak issue tapi new class of securities. For C ni shares already issued, already publicly traded, tapi dia nak tambah additional common stock for example. For D, public offerings by company shareholders of security that are already publicly traded. Ini kat sini dia issue juga, okay, because they want to cash out position. Dia beli balik original large shareholder, private equity fund wants to cash out its position. Okay, so A, B, C, D ni for public offerings. Private placement, what does it mean by private placement? Private placement means selling of securities to investors without the regulatory requirements of public offering. So dia lain sikit lah dengan public offering. Public offering kena ada IPO Initial public offering. Private placement tak ada IPO. Dan private placement ni, the target is actually for institution. Dia targeted institution. Institutions ataupun private lah. For example, this company XYZ, they issue shares untuk tabung haji sahaja. Itu private placement. Dia tak buka untuk public. Dia tak issue IPO, dia tak issue prospectus whatsoever, tak ada. But issue hanya untuk tabung haji. Or dia buka issue hanya untuk EPF. Nampak tak? This is for the private institution. So we call it private placement. Tadi public public tak ada spesifik dekat sesiapa. Bila kata public offerings ni, it can be anybody, you and me. Okay, from the public. But for private placement, normally it will go through targeted, kita kata targeted institution, tertinggal word targeted institutions. Okay. So the regulations of private placements are complex and that the securities and investment vehicles offered are numerous. Sometimes we do not know what type of securities pun yang di-issue because we are not the institution kan. So that particular institution only know what are the securities offered. Is it ordinary shares? Is it convertible debt? Is it convertible shares? Ataupun is it preference shares? So kita tak tahu. But because this is offered to targeted institutions. So it can be real estate interest, or whatever securities carry a higher return that can trade in the public market. So the loss of liquidity enhances risk and therefore requires a proportionally higher return. So biasa dijual mahal sikit lah dan tak banyak, the amount biasanya tak banyak. And this process ni, so this company akan pergi ke investment bank to help them with this private placement. Alright, next is the mergers and acquisition. Saya dah kata dekat sini, this is the front page stuff. So tadi baru yang saya baca, saya kata UOB take over Citibank tu. So itu ialah acquisitions lah. So sometimes it can be hostile attacks dan berebut berlawan-lawan kan. But the majority of M&As are friendly. Sometimes kita tak pernah dengar, tiba-tiba pop keluar news sampai dia very secretive, dia simpan je the news. Why? Dia tak nak kecoh-kecoh sebab once dah kecoh, nanti it will affect the share price. Bila affect share price tu dah not good lah. Bila orang dengar, company tu dah nak kena jual lah. You know what will happen to the sentiment kan? Kita dah belajar on the capital market hari tu, the sentiment kan, market sentiment kalau dia dengar, kenapa company ni nak kena jual lah, nak bankrupt ke? So everybody nak buat apa? They will sell the shares kan? Bila jual terlalu banyak sangat in the market, semua orang nak jual, so the price will go down. That is why sometimes mergers and acquisition ni akan jadi something yang it can be kecoh sometimes and sometimes it can be very quiet. Tiba pak, ada news je But normally memang akan dia masuk news lah especially on the business news. So here what investment bankers will do is that during mergers and acquisition, they will try to find the best price the optimum price. Because you remember katakan A nak acquire B, kat sini ada investment bank. So dia work untuk both sides Dia bukan work untuk A or B, dia work untuk both sides. So apa yang dia akan buat ialah dia akan cari the best price untuk A sell dan the best price untuk B buy. So that A ni tak ada dapat profit terlalu banyak dan B ni tak ada incur loss yang terlalu banyak. So dia akan cari the best price And it can be not the highest price for the seller or not the lowest price for the buyer. So they negotiate, so they help negotiate the best price. So this is what we call best price lah. So this investment bank ni, they find, facilitate, they calculate, they finance also the mergers and acquisition. So nak beli bukan senang kan? Dia nak beli, dia perlukan buat loan kan? Nak buat loan daripada mana? Daripada investment bank ni lah. So duit masuk, okay, jual dekat sini, duit masuk kat mana? From A ni, okay, ambil duit from this bank juga. So dia tak guna lain, dia ada investment bank dekat sini. Included in M&A are leveraged by private equity, restructuring and recapitalization of companies, and the reorganization of troubled companies. Alright, sometimes kita baca tengok ada company yang problematic kan, tapi nak try to survive or nak try to revive, so they need investment banks punya advice. Alright, so besides mergers and acquisition, investment bank also provide financial advisory. So not financial advisory on mergers and acquisition, financial advisory on private and public offering study. Alright, it also include financing acquisition. Ini macam tadi lah, it's actually a repetition je kalau tengok dekat sini. Raise capital for general fund, ini offering study, M&A, financing acquisition, IPO, and M&A of these companies. They also involved in what we call a securitization. Alright, so for securitization ni means a financing mechanism, dia kata sintetik, sintetik macam tiruan yang dia buat, financing mechanism and structure that makes possible allocation of capital with better risk return features for both issuer and investor. Okay, you see, investment bank dia akan facilitate both parties. So termasuklah pool asset, allocate liabilities into different tranches and contain within an independent legal entity. So when we talk about securitization, what does it mean? Securitization ni contoh, formerly illiquid asset. Contoh loan, what they do is that, well, this type of loan ni, small loan ni contohnya, home mortgage, automotive loan, credit card receivable, they combine. Kita kata loan ni, okay, they combine dan dia packagekan. Packagekan this loan ni, and then dia kata kita kata dia securitize. Dia boleh buat dia securitize, dia jadikan all this loan as security, iaitu dalam bentuk bond. Contoh contoh bond, and they sell to investor. Nampak tak? You cannot simply sell the loans kan? Okay, saya ada loan ni, ambil lah. Ambil and then maksudnya bila payment tu dapat, dia akan bagi interest pada investor tu kan. But here, loan dia tak boleh buat macam tu kan. So what they do is that they package the loan, they securitize, they label as bond. Asalnya loan loan macam ni. Home, automotive, credit card, dia securitize, jadikan sebagai bond. And they sell to investor. Investor shock lah kan, dapat beli bond, dapat interest Sedangkan itu sebenarnya ialah loan. Sebab dia kata financing mechanism, they can do that, and it is called securitization. Ini kalau you belajar finance yang pure finance tu, corporate finance, adalah topik securitization but for this one, I just introduced to you there is a financing mechanism that investment bank can do, and it is called securitization, which means they tukar the liability tu into different types, jadi so that they can sell to investors. So ini considered also as innovation. Alright, so like I said, if you learn finance, yang pure finance ni, so you belajar lah all the structured finance semua ni. But here, kita tak ada fokus lah on the statistical analysis, sensitivity testing, semua ni kita tak buat. Okay. Alright, risk management. Dengar bunyi ayam berkokok, saya kat rumah hari ni. Okay, risk management. Hedging position, right? Ini sama juga macam topik kita tengok derivatives tu, you can hedge foreign currency and commodity through swap, option and futures. And what else do I have here? So risk management is actually through hedging lah, hedging position of derivatives ni. Okay, public trading of debt and equity securities. So most large investment banks maintain strong trading capabilities. And they kata, if you look at here, profits are made from both commission generated by trading for clients and also from capital appreciation trading for the firm's own account. Nama dia investment bank, so they have the capacity to invest. And kita biasanya untuk investment bank ni, we call them as cash cow. You know what does cash cow means kan? Company yang banyak cash. So investment bank are all cash cow. So dia banyak cash. So bila dia banyak cash, they manage to generate more cash by investing lagi. So because they also act as brokers, dealers, market makers for the different types of securities. So money market instrument, investment bank juga ada synthetic securities macam tadi lah. Dia buat. It is not a real, nak kata the real. It is a security tapi dia create jadikan dia synthetic securities. Strike treasuries. Kita kata treasury kan, treasury bills. Tapi investment bank boleh buat. So appealing to different investors, enhance the risk return for all. So it is legit. So dia boleh buat. Ada dalam investment bank punya function ni, dia boleh buat tadi yang what we call a securitization tu. But it's not an easy process lah. Adalah certain steps and procedures that they have to follow kan. They cannot simply convert. Okay, semua dah loan kita jadi bond. No, dia ada lah certain procedures that they have to follow. So this is the research and security analysis. So normally investment banks is associated with their excellent research team. This is also an opportunity for you later if you're interested in banking. Even for your internship later, sem depan you dah kena start cari lah. For your place and internship place ni, it can also be investment bank. You can start as their management trainee, and then opportunity for you to climb the corporate ladder. Jangan semua ingat nak kerja government je. Saya tak tahulah macam mana nak buat ni, because most of your seniors even they landed a very good and nice job with nice pay dekat corporate. Memanglah nobody says that working in a corporate sector is easy, tak ada, but the pay is really nice. And macam baru ni my husband work with Affin Bank. Saya tak pernah cerita kot. He's a banker as well. So baru ni dia tengah buat audit on the training cost untuk Affin punya staff lah. And memang it will be a shocking news lah to see their salary, especially those yang involved in IT and this research. They can earn up to 80,000 per month. Tak tahu buat apa dengan duit banyak sebulan. 80,000 sebulan. Bukan setahun sebulan. Tak tahu lah ada live ke tak. So most of them yang dah memang high level tu, they earn more than 25,000 a month. So I really hope to see that all of you, or if not all, maybe some of you ada that kind of vision to climb the corporate ladder, to be in a sector yang memang boleh give you kita berkata bukan kita nak jadi materialistic, like tengok the gaji je kan, but the position and the salary tu, and it shows that your capabilities tu memang sampai that level lah, that the company can pay you that much amount. So in terms of stability pun no problem sebenarnya, if you can demonstrate all the abilities ni, memang tak ada issue dengan security. Anyway, dah divert dah cerita sikit but for the investment bank, their research and security analysis memang very strong, very excellent, because they need that in their advisory. So in order for them to advise, they have to do a lot of research kan. Macam dia nak kira contoh macam tadi nak mergers and acquisition kan, macam dia nak dapat the best price untuk A and B. So they have to do the research. Okay, this is the best price yang dia boleh bagi, all the calculations apa semua tu. And they have their own investment analysis expertise. So they buat underwriting and money management business juga. And that is why some of the banks, they ada global equities and fixed income. So based on the calculation lah, semua the calculation ni. So kita kata most of the investment banks tadi memang they involved in corporate finance lah, corporate finance and investment research department. Some tu memang dia buat research dia, because investment bank ni you must remember some of them are actually stockbroking company kan. Stockbroking company, remember awal-awal dulu saya ada tunjuk ada trading, ada chart kan, trading chart kan. So nak tengok all the fundamental analysis semua, macam mana dia orang nak advise kita which shares that is best to buy, best to sell. So these people dekat sini lah yang buat the analysis, including the wealth management. Okay, again, institutional investors. So we call it institutional investors, not individual investors. So kita, you and me is individual investors. Institutional tadi macam tadi lah, tabung haji, EPF, Amanah Raya semua tu, ASB, ASN tu, and also insurance company, they are institutional investors. And kita juga ada rich and super rich individuals. So for the money management, remember dia duit bukan simpan bawah katil kan. So duit yang banyak tu dia akan make more money with that amount of money yang banyak tu, akan create more wealth, more money. So they need this investment banker lah untuk bagi advice. So sometimes kalau retail bank pula, commercial bank, sometimes you pergi bank certain branch, especially head office lah, dia ada satu bilik, kadang dia label as private banking or private client. This is for these people. Bukan yang biasa-biasa dia pergi tak masuk lah kat private banking ni. Because why they letak specific or designated area untuk this private client ni? Because they have, yelah, dia punya wealth tu banyak kan, so juta-juta punya jaga duit, so that is why they get the tip-top punya service lah. Okay, and of course investment bank also compete with one another. Semua bank compete, they compete with one another. That is why when you present your task tu nanti tu, you can see macam-macam produk yang bank ada kan, sampai you tak pernah dengar kan. Produk untuk fresh grad lah, produk untuk ibu tunggal lah, produk untuk macam-macam So they have to compete, including investment banks. Alright. So that's all for commercial bank. Investment banking, ada soalan tak? Okay, it's very different from commercial banking. Nampak kita tak ada cerita deposit, financing semua tak ada. Walaupun saya kata dia ada the product, dia ada the services, but the amount tu lagi besar lah compared to commercial banking. So kita tak adalah fokus detail apa produk dia. It's just that the amount is larger because the focus is actually on the corporate client. Alright, so I'll continue with investment companies. Yang ni pun sikit je. So tadi investment bank different from investment companies. Saya combine sebab both actually focus on investment. Right, so when we talk about investment banks tadi, so basically everybody understand now. I hope everybody can see clearer the difference between investment bank and also commercial bank. Macam tadi saya katalah kalau Maybank Berhad, okay, Maybank is the anchor dia kan. Tapi dia ada, kalau kita nampak Maybank yang biasa tu, itu yang commercial bank dia. Kalau untuk dia punya Islamic side, Islamic window dia, Maybank Islamic. Kalau untuk investment dia, Maybank Investment. So these are the different functions. Walaupun under Maybank dia buat macam-macam. So janganlah pula lepas ni nampak, because for this one semester, 14 weeks ni dah belajar about banking. I really hope that tak adalah when bank comes to your mind, you cuma terfikir loan je kan. Some macam tu even ada orang-orang yang saya kenal pun bila sebut pasal bank, or bila sebut ada orang kerja bank, dia akan tanya berapa persen buat loan. You know, not everybody involved in that loan. Loan is just part of the functions kan, because by now you order present macam-macam. So loan tu part of it je, part of the bank punya functions. Ada a lot of other functions lagi yang memang the general public sometimes they are not aware of the functions. So I really hope that by now up to topic 11 ni, and we actually mostly covered lah all the banks punya topics ni. So you can see the difference. So bila you nampak commercial bank, you know commercial bank involved in retail lah, credit card lah, saving lah, deposit lah semua kan. And then when you see bila jalan nampak okay, Maybank Investment contohnya, okay, and then you know apa function investment bank ni buat. Right, so now we have investment companies. Different from investment bank, investment companies. So what do these companies do? Why do we have investment company? What is investment company? So investment company is actually a company, the investment company kan, company lah investment company invest shareholders money in a diversified portfolio of securities. Kita bagi dia duit, dia tolong investkan untuk kita. You don't have to do it yourself. You pergi cari investment company, they do it for you. Okay, contohnya all the unit trust company tu. Insurance companies dia investment company, they invest the money so that the investors akan ada proportionate amount of shares yang mana dia dah invest dan dia tunggulah the income in terms of dividend contohnya. So it is a tri-party trust, ada 3 parti dalam ni, management company, the company itself, the trustee ataupun the custodian of all asset of the fund and the unit holder. Ini biasa kita tengok unit holder kan, pemegang unit beneficiaries or investor. It can be individuals, companies or institutions. Koperasi apa semua tu, they can be unit holder. Alright, first of all, let's look at unit trust. Ingat investment company, kerja dia ialah ambil duit daripada investor dan invest. Contoh investment company is unit trust. Unit trust is amanah saham. Contoh kita ada public mutual, unit trust. Kita ada paling senang saya bagi contoh is ASB lah, amanah saham Bumiputera. Okay, ASB, ASN, all the amanah saham tu they are unit trust. So apa dia buat ialah, so you can recall lah, if you have ASB accounts or if your parents, your brother, sister ada ASB account, what do? Dia simpan duit je dalam tu kan. Do we know ASB buat apa dengan duit tu? Of course kita tahulah, dia bawa pergi invest in the different types of portfolio. Okay, even if you save money dalam tabung haji pun, your money there also dikeluarkan untuk investment. Kalau tak macam mana nak dapat dividen yang banyak-banyak tu kalau your money just sits there, dia bagi you 1% interest je, itu dah masuk kategori savings je kan. Pergi simpan duit tak ada apa-apa, dapat saving sikit je, dapat interest sikit je. But this unit trust company, what they do is that they get our money, adalah certain portion akan pergi pada investment, certain portion akan pergi pada saving kan. Dia adalah portion-portion dia. So the portion that go to the investment ni, dia akan pergi to different portfolio. Dia akan invest lah, invest in a diversified portfolio. So distributors sell the fund shares direct to the public and through brokers. Sebab tu kalau tengok amanah saham dia kata agent kan, even pejabat pos contohnya kan, the post office dia kata dia adalah agent ASNB. Agent sebab tu dia kata through brokers. So dia adalah agent. So you can see that process macam okay, pergi simpan duit, ambil keluar, masuk duit ASB, keluar duit ASB. Nampak macam itu ialah saving account kan, you pergi deposit and you buat withdrawal. But it is not as simple as that. Sebab tu dia ada, kadang kita tak perasan so you go lepas ni kalau pergi mana-mana post office, you can see lah agent ASNB, maksud dia agent. Sebab apa? Dia kata you buat jual, kita jual balik saham tu, even the borang dulu pun now saya tak sure lah pakai borang lagi ke tak, saya dah lama tak pergi buat semua ni. So it will say that jual unit dan beli unit. Okay, jual nak withdraw, beli nak tambah. So the investment advisor buy and sell stocks or bond and oversees the investment portfolio. Distributors sell the fund. Custodian physically safeguard the securities. Okay, so ada agent, kita pergi simpan. Okay, post office contohnya agent dia. And then dia simpan lah. So custodian duit kita dekat ASB tu. So the investment advisor dalam ASB tu pergi invest the money and then end of the year kita akan dapat dividen. Itu konsep dia, you buat investment. Sebab tu nama dia back to this first slide tadi, investment company. Dia tak jual barang, dia guna duit tu untuk invest je. Alright, so category of unit trust. So now remember, we are still under unit trust. Unit trust is amanah. Antara contoh is amanah saham. So unit trust. Satu, kita ada equity fund for unit trust. Equity fund ni, apa yang equity fund buat? This is actually when you invest in one unit trust. Contohnya you masuk dalam ASB ataupun you masuk dalam public mutual. Let's say you invest RM2,000. Dalam RM2,000 tu mana duit RM2,000 tu pergi? Dia bukan pergi ke satu tempat. Dia pergi ke banyak portfolio. So for example, first of all, it can go to equity fund. Equity fund maksudnya dia invest dalam stock market lah. Jual beli saham stock market bursa. So equity fund is expected to offer a high yield of return. It can be a very high return. At the same time, it also exposes us to high level of risk. Okay, so funds that are categorized under this equity are growth and also index funds. Okay, next would be income fund. Okay, kalau tadi kat sini, equity ni dia memang invest stock market. Equity stock market. Tak payah fikir panjang. Equity stock market. Income fund. Income boleh jadi fokus only on fixed income. Fixed income maksudnya dia pergi invest dekat security yang bagi high dividend. High dividend lah. So high dividend biasanya lower risk. Okay, contoh ada certain amount of money, dia pergi simpan dekat tabung haji contohnya. Okay, dividen mungkin tinggi tapi risk dia lower lah compared to equity fund. Duit tak hilang, tak adalah rugi banyak. Kalau you invest in stock market, sometimes the profit can be very high. Balance fund, namanya pun balance fund, it is a combination of current income and long-term capital gain. So they focus on instrument of equity. Dia pergi invest dekat stock market. At the same time, dia pergi invest juga dekat tempat lain. Contohnya bonds, preference shares, ordinary shares. So suitable for those who prefer tolerable average risk. Kalau yang fixed income tadi ni tak nak risk langsung, tak nak risk langsung, so your return would be lower lah. Tak sebab you tak nak risk langsung. But if you want a fair amount of risk, this is the best funds for you. Right? D is growth funds. Growth, nama pun growth kan. They want to earn capital gain and long-term growth. Tak dapat good dividend yield sangat lah. Because for this growth company ni, growth company biasanya dia nak, kita dah belajar stock market hari tu kan, capital market kan. Kita kata ada growth stock So for this growth fund ni, apa dia buat ialah whatever profit that they have to, dia guna balik the retained earnings tu dia guna balik to invest in the business untuk long term prospect. Biasa company baru so dividend mungkin low tapi long term mungkin promising for growth fund. Aggressive growth fund, beza sikit. Ni growth funds, this is aggressive, highly speculative. Okay, dia kira macam speculative stocks lah. Okay, dia ambil small capital stock that have high prospect for long term growth. So termasuklah for example low PE ratio. So this fund is riskier than normal growth fund. Sebab dia word aggressive dekat sini. Bond funds. Okay, tadi equity shares lah. Common stock, preferred stock, ordinary shares, preference shares. Bond fund nama pun bond. Ini hanya invested in debt instrument, namely bond. So whatever bond, dia boleh pergi invest kat situ if you choose this bond funds. Alright, for this bond funds, the level of current income is fixed and also considered very safe and low risk. Especially if the bonds is government bonds. Low risk, very safe. Return pun low. Tapi very safe lah. If you want something very safe, go for government bonds kan, very safe. Alright, next we have open-end investment companies. Alright, so what does this investment company do? For example, okay, ini biasalah this is all the unit trust biasanya or the investment companies, the unit trust company buat Apa kita buat as an investors ialah we buy and sell shares directly with the mutual fund company without a secondary market. Let's say you have public mutual accounts. So you nak withdraw, you nak tambah, you and public mutual company tu je. Tak ada public mutual, saya bagi contoh public bank lah. So just you and the public mutual. Tak ada involve secondary market. Dia tak pergi ke stock market. You and the company je. Because you don't know pun dia pergi invest tu dekat mana kan. So you don't have the secondary market. Secondary market maksudnya, for example, you trade in bursa. You trade in the secondary market. You trade with the whole public. Tapi for this one tak ada. You tak ada involve dengan public. You and the mutual fund company je. Boleh faham And unlimited number of shares. So all purchases and sales are completed at the end of the day after the stock market have closed. Purchase and selling price is determined by the net asset value. Okay, this is something that you have to remember, the calculation of net asset value. Because we want to know at the end of the year, at the end of the day, how much is the net asset value. Because why? Kita dah invest certain amount of money. After 1 year, we expect some return or some increase in that kita punya investment kan. So this is the calculation. NAV, value of assets minus liability divided by number of units outstanding. So this is the formula for NAV. Okay. So assets minus liability divided by number of units outstanding. So jawapan dia akan dapat RM per unit lah, sebab kita bahagi number of unit. Right, I have one example here. Boleh try dulu. Okay, so in this case, this unit trust company issued 3 million units at RM1 each. After several months, it was fully subscribed by all the investors. Maksudnya semua orang beli. The manager of the funds planned to segregate the investment into 70% on stocks, 15% on bonds, and the remaining money of 15% to be invested in the capital market. Capital market, in the money market. After 1 year, the return obtained from the investment are as follows. Shares 18%, bond 13%, and money market 8%. So the question is, what is the new NAV? What is the new NAV? Alright, first of all, what you have to do is you have to find the value in, sebab sekarang nampak tak, dia issue 300 million units at RM1, right? We want to know value in RM. Because why? Because we want to segregate ni, 70% pergi dekat stock, 50% pergi bond, 15% pergi money market, sebab kita nak jawapan dalam RM. So can you compute? Kalau 300 million units, satu unit RM1, so total 300 million unit berapa ringgit? How much in RM? Alright, how much will go to stocks? Awak kira ke tak ni?
210 juta.
So the unit is 300 million units, so in RM dia adalah 300 million RM lah. So how much will go to stocks, how much will go to bonds, how much will go to money market based on this percentage ni?
Untuk stok 210 juta.
Okay.
Lepas tu
Bonds?
untuk bond dengan remaining money dekat money market tu 45 juta.
Okay, alright. So here, semua dapat So we just darab 300 million unit dengan RM1 ni. So whatever amount kat sini lah, katakan I give you question RM1.20 ke, then you darab je So 70% from this amount will go to stocks. Tadi kita ada 210 million, 45 million to bonds and 15 million in the money market. Okay, ini return ni actually naik I should say here shares naik 18%, bond naik 13% and money market naik 8%. So the new NAV kalau ikut formula tadi is asset minus liability divided by number of shares outstanding So tadi sini you dah kira 70% stock, 15% bond, 15% money market. So after 1 year, you imagine kita invest duit kita dekat, kita masih simpan duit dekat ASB lah contohnya kan. So based on the total semua orang invest ni, this is the proportion of the investment. Alright, so in this case kalau shares naik 18%, saya terus darab macam ni lah dia naik 18% tadi, so 210 from here times 1.18 dapat 247.8. Bond dapat 50.85 and money market dapat 46.8. Boleh dapat macam mana saya calculate ni? Boleh kan? Simple je kan? So the calculation for new NAV, asset minus liability, so all these are assets for this unit trust, shares, bond plus money market minus liability. So tambahkan tiga-tiga yang baru kira ni, 1, 2, 3, minus 0 lah. Dalam soalan ni saya tak letak liability. Kalau ada liability, awak kena tolak liability. So number of unit outstanding, 300 million units tadi, divide by 300 million units. So you will get 1.15 per unit. So nampak tak keuntungan dia? Daripada unit sebenar harga dia RM1, after 1 year, because of this portfolio ni, ada stock, bond, money market ni, your investment now dah jadi 1.15 per unit. Boleh faham tak? The concept of kita kata investing in unit trust ni.
Maksudnya dia meningkat dalam 15 sen something like that.
Ya, betul. So depends on the percentage lah. Sebab sekarang ni kita punya calculation depends on yang ni berapa persen pergi ke which type of asset and also liability tu. Sekarang liability tak ada. Which is sebenarnya tak logik juga. Saya punya example dekat bila ada asset patutnya adalah liability Tapi in this calculation liability saya letak kosong je. So daripada RM1 sekarang ni kita simpan asalnya RM1 cukup 1 tahun, after 1 year return yang kita dapat ialah 15 sen per unit. Banyaklah tu 15 sen. So darab dengan whatever unit that you have. So that would be the return Boleh This is NAV net asset value. So later if you have accounts with ASB sekarang bulan 1, nanti kan bulan Februari tu dia announce the dividend, you can look at the statement. Berapa banyak, how much is the NAV yang dia calculatekan before they come to the amount of dividend that they give lah. This is for open end companies. Maknanya dia terus pergi dekat company tu je, dia tak keluar. For closed end companies, they only sell the initial offering. Dia jual je. Subsequent trading ni all done in secondary market. Similar to stock market. Dia tak ada. Dia jual sekali je. Close kata close end Jual sekali, lepas tu lain semua buat dekat stock market. So limited number of shares. And the investment advisor doesn't have to worry about cash inflow or outflow. So purchase and selling price is determined by supply and demand. So ini macam tak sekali je beli, yang lain-lain tu you trade sendiri compared to the first one tadi. Alright, sources of return for investing in unit trust. Ini pun it's quite simple to understand. When you invest in unit trust, of course you will get dividend. Capital gain distributions. And also change in price or net asset value. And we call it macam tadi kan, RM1.15 tu, your 15 sen tu kita katakan dia sebagai unrealized gain. Unrealized maksudnya paper profit je lah, because you do not sell, you still have that money. Katakan you ada ASB, you tak keluarkan duit tu. So dia calculate NAV ialah 15 sen per unit, itu NAV you. Itu akan jadi unrealized gain because you do not withdraw, so duit tu masuk balik je lah dekat dalam tu because the fund holding have not been sold. Kalau jual, untung 15 sen tu dah jadi realized gain. Unrealized maksudnya on paper je. That is why sometimes kalau if you go through the financial statements pun, ada banyak kita nampak unrealized profit, unrealized profit. It is a profit on paper sebab belum jual. So end of the day, after a while when you sell, you punya realized gain tu akan jadi banyak lah sebab dah tambah all the unrealized gain. So for investing in unit trust, these are the returns. How to select unit trust? So determine if you want to use mutual funds in portfolio. Okay, mutual fund increase diversification, offer expertise in area where investor may not be informed, can use stocks and mutual funds. Macam public mutual tu public bank punya. So dia ada diversification lah, dia diversify, dia pergi invest banyak tempat. Compare investment objective to investors objective. What kind of risk that you can tolerate. And also compare the range of services offered. Advantage and disadvantages of unit trust. I think yang ni boleh baca lah kot. Kalau advantage ni banyak lah. Portfolio diversification, professional management. You don't have to think kan. Let's say macam tadi ASB atau mutual fund tadi, you just letak je duit dekat situ, you duduk goyang kaki je, end of the year, you get the return. Professionally managed. Boleh nak kata kita tak tahu lah, kita tak pandai lah nak jual beli saham ni. So you just invest in mutual fund. So dia yang buatkan semua. This unit trust ni buat yang semua. Automatic reinvestment of dividend. Senang, tak nak keluarkan pun tak apa. Dividend you have to dimasuk balik as investment. Withdrawal plans. Convenience, easy to buy and sell. High liquidity, no problem. Rasa nak duit, withdraw je, tak ada masalah. Funds handle record keeping, easy to track price. But disadvantage dia, transaction cost lah. Sometimes you have to pay management fee, commission fee. Lower than market performance. So sometimes the mutual fund ni harga dia tak bagus sangat sebab dia low risk. Next would be REIT. Tadi unit trust investment company. Next kita ada REIT, real estate investment trust. Dia trust juga tapi real estate. Kalau unit trust tadi tu, it can be a diversified portfolio. For REIT ni, real estate dia hanya invest in real estate. Let's say ada projek perumahan, contohnya ada Sunway project. Okay. So dia jual lah Sunway REIT. So kita beli. Bila kita beli maknanya kita invest in the development of that construction. So REIT ni investment vehicle juga. Unit trust juga. Structure as a unit trust. Tapi dia invest in real properties. And real property related assets. So when we talk about real property, we're talking about building, tanah, bangunan yang attached dekat tanah. Itu semua real property. Low risk, passive investment with high certainty of cash flow from rentals derived from lease agreements with tenants. So you invest certain amount of rentals tu will go to REIT punya investor. So dia adalah fund, trust, macam saya kata tadi lah, involved in income producing, commercial, real estate, real property. For example, shopping complex, hospitals, plantation, industrial property, office blocks. So dia buka untuk, dia bukan jual the rumah, dia jual the investment dekat rumah untuk rumah-rumah tu. So characteristic of REITs, physical control by owner, unlike stocks and bonds, when which allow the owner to intervene and change the property for better positioning. No fixed maturity like bonds. Allow owner to develop and implement a dynamic real estate investment strategy. Price differentiation, high management requirement including leasing, building maintenance and also marketing. Advantages of REIT, okay, liquidity, liquid investment, listed as a share or unit of a listed REIT and traded like any other stocks on the stock exchange. REIT ni pun dia share, list as share of units dekat bursa. Greater investment flexibility, income stability and high dividend distribution, quite high dividend yield. So listed REIT is traded in stock exchange ni berulang-ulang lah, saya tak perasan. So REIT lebih kepada, if you buy stocks, dia lebih kepada trading lah, jual beli kan. But for REIT ni normally dia ialah buy and hold. Beli, simpan je. Okay, for quite a long time. So buy and hold, dia bukan buy and sell. Quality of real estate assets, okay, allow investor to hold portfolio of highly illiquid real estate asset. Diversification, okay, diversified lah, macam-macam jenis portfolio of properties, different lease length, tenant types, geographical area rather than a single building. Expert management, they provide expertise of selection and management of real estate. incremental value, and the monthly payment is also fixed. But when you invest in a REIT, you will dapat the payment tu dalam bentuk rental tenant lah. Disadvantage ini biasalah, disadvantage of unit trust sama juga dengan REIT lah, economic recession. During recession semua pun jadi disadvantage, tak ada employment lah, business spending, consumer spending, declining stock price. So ini semua disadvantages. Competition of tenants, sometimes same type property located in the area compete with other REITs properties for tenants. Tenancy renewal and also financial conditions of tenant, ini banyak ada disadvantages dia boleh baca lah, increase in operating expenses, unsecured dividend kadang-kadang, slow growth, harga jarang-jarang naik tinggi sangat, so slow growth can also be a disadvantage of REIT. Okay, ada juga Islamic REIT and also conventional REIT. So macam biasalah when we talk about Islamic ni, Islamic REIT, Islamic whatever, Islamic insurance semua, Islamic investment, dia mestilah manage in syariah compliant mechanism ataupun syariah compliant manner. Okay, and for syariah REIT ataupun Islamic REIT ni, tenants tu mestilah operate business that comply with syariah principle. Maknanya dia tak boleh involve in a business, for example gambling, tak boleh involve in financial services based on riba, tak boleh involve in manufacture of sale of non-halal products, tak boleh involve in sale of tobacco based, alcohol and tobacco tak boleh, conventional insurance, any entertainment activities that are non-permissible according to the syariah. Alright, tu sahaja sampai topik 11. So if you're looking at the topic ni, hari ni saya buat dua terus, investment banking and also investment companies. So kita tinggal lagi satu je, which is regulation of financial institutions. The video is already uploaded. You boleh go to my YouTube channel tu, tengok regulations of financial institutions. Watch the video and answer the quiz. That will be your last quiz juga untuk regulations tu. Available on the 16th. Saya pun takut lupa. So quiz available on the 16th sampai 23rd Jan. 16 ni 9 AM, 23rd ni sampai 11 malam. And please, I give you 1 week. Janganlah buat last minute. When you do it last minute, just like the previous one tu, I cannot help juga. Because why? You tak boleh buka, saya pun tak nak buka, nak buat apa-apa. I cannot do anything. Because sometimes you know my guru pun kadang-kadang tak stable, especially during the weekend. During the weekend, dia memang suka problem sikit. So, kata tak nak buka lah, masa habis lah apa semua. Sometimes I can help you by, giving you opportunity to redo. Sometimes saya tak nak buat apa-apa. I cannot edit pun because tak nak masuk pun tak boleh. So, please make sure that you tak adalah buat pukul 10 malam. Hantar pukul 10 baru nak buat. Nanti akan ada problem and I cannot help you juga. So, please nak buat awal sangat pun, kena tengok video dulu. You have to watch the video and read the notes. Notes pun dah uploaded. The link is already uploaded juga. So it's your job to read and to watch the video. Then only attempt the quiz. Because next week, kalau ikutkan week 13, tapi on the 18 tu is a public holiday. 18 hari Selasa Thaipusam. So untuk kelas hari Selasa saya tak buat. So sama juga on Friday pun sama jugalah. Because the whole week next week tu you all watch video je and prepare for your presentation for week 14 nanti. Okay, ada soalan tak?
Setakat ni tak ada.
Alright, if you have no question, I give you 5 minutes break and then we can proceed with our presentation. Kita start dengan group 1. And please keep to the time, 5 minutes je to explain your deposits and also financing of the banks of your choice. So kita break for 5 minutes. For coffee, for toilet, whatever. Can I have first group?
Okay, I will start the presentation. Okay, so Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Hazianti and all my friends. My name is Raida Nazar binti Abdul Rahman and my partner is Nurul Ain binti Muhammad Arif. So today we'll be presenting about types of deposits and types of financing of Bank of China. Types of deposits consist of four, which is demand deposits, saving deposits, fixed deposits, and negotiable instruments of deposits. Types of financing, there are overdraft, housing loans, term loans, and revolving credit. Okay, so the first one is demand deposits. The benefits is user can withdraw funds anytime whenever required, and ample number of transactions are allowed. The features is there is no eligibility criteria to create a demand deposit account, and there is no limit on the number of withdrawals and transfer, and there is no maturity period applied in the demand deposit account. For the rates is between 1.96% to 3%. Okay, next is fixed deposit. The benefits is it is a safe instruments that offer fixed returns, and there is no risk in the principal amount invested. The features is the returns of a fixed deposit are guaranteed, and the interest rate on a fixed deposit varies depending on the term, but the rate of interest is still fixed. For the rates is 1.8%. The third one is savings deposit. The benefits is it is a convenient money management and it is very liquidity. The features is it can be used to send and receive payments, and it serves as a base for all transactions. And savings account can be opened by persons belonging to all age group. The rates for saving deposit is between 0.25% to 1%. The last one for the types of deposit is negotiable instrument of deposit. The benefit is it offers higher rate and it is low risk. The features is the maturities are of up to 5 years to retail investors, and no penalty imposed on the accrued interest. The rates is between 4% to 4.5%. I will pass to Ain to present about types of financing.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay, I will explain about the types of financing. Okay, the first one is overdraft. Overdraft is suitable for a short-term borrowing needs. It is generally easy and quick to arrange. And interest is paid only on the overdrawn balance. Interest rates are higher than mortgage loans. You can repay anytime and any amount, but charges will accrue to outstanding balance. Okay, the rates for overdraft is 0.5% to 3%. Okay, second one is housing loan. Housing loan can increase flexibility in deposit and withdrawal of fund. It is potentially lower interest rate over a period. It is simple and hassle-free to withdraw from loan account, and it has flexible repayment. So it features is deposit excess funds anytime to save interest, withdrawal of excess funds anytime for flexible financial management. So the rate for housing loan is 2.85%. Okay, the third one is term loan. Term loan is lower interest rate, increased flexibility, quick approval, and preserve shareholder equity. Term loans are secured loans. Interest payment and repayment of principal on term loans is obligatory on the part of the borrower. Term loans carry a fixed rate of interest but negotiable, and the maturity period lasts between 5 to 10 years. And the last one is revolving credit. Okay. Revolving credit allows borrowers the flexibility to access money when they need it. The common used revolving credit is credit card. Okay. It has lower interest rate and easy repayments. Borrower may use or withdraw funds up to a pre-approved credit limit. Amount of available credit decrease and increase as funds are borrowed and then repaid. Credit may be used repeatedly, and payments based only on the amount that has been actually used or withdrawn plus interest. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Bank of China. So very straightforward, the deposit and also the financing. Can we have next group, please?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Amira Alifa binti Badrul Hisham, and today we're going to present about deposit and financing of Hon Leong Bank Berhad. Okay, first is deposit. Deposit refers to a transaction that involves a transfer of something to another party for safekeeping. And demand deposit refers to a placement of funds into an account that allows a person, also known as a depositor, to withdraw his or her funds without notice. And time deposit is an interest-bearing deposit held by a bank for a fixed term. The time period usually varies from 30 days to about 5 years. This is the types of deposit at Hon Leong Bank. First is savings account, current account, and salary account, and fixed deposit account. First is savings account. The benefit is easy to access and it is easy to open, and lastly is easy bill payment can be made at Hon Leong Bank, and the features is earn interest on every ringgit. It keeps track of your finances with monthly e-statement that is accessible 24/7 via Connect Online or mobile banking. And individuals, societies, clubs and associations may apply. And the rate is 0.00% per annum. Next is current account. The benefit is low initial deposit and it has monthly e-statement, and the checkbook facility will be provided and it is easy to access. And the features is it has Hon Leong Connect Scan QR, which is you can receive money and pay with QR code, and it is applicable to societies, small business, which is sole proprietors, partnerships, club associations and schools. And the relevant rate is 1% to 4%. Okay. Next is salary account. The benefit is no issuance fee on debit card and the share trading bonus interest. And the features is multi-currency feature, and it is fully digital account opening. And it also 24/7 online access via Hon Leong Connect. And it has contactless functionality. The relevant rate is 2.25 per annum. Lastly is fixed deposit account. The benefit is flexibility of early deposit partial withdrawal without losing interest on remaining balance, and it has interest paid at maturity. The features is it is long term, which is a charge of terms from 1 to 60 months, and it is convenient withdrawal. The relevant rate is 1.5% to 1.6%. Next is financing.
Alright, thank you, Mira. Next, I will continue presenting about the type of financing that available in the Hong Leong Bank. Next. Alright, so first of all, what is the financing? So financing is the finance or business, which is a transaction that provide funds for a business. So this is the type of financing that available in the Hong Leong Bank, which is there are four types. First, overdraft. Second, term loan. Third, revolving credit, and last is business cash loan. So next. Alright, so first of all, we'll see about the overdraft. The feature of overdraft is line of credit that is accessible via a current account. It is suitable for short-term borrowing needs. It allows withdrawal more than amount available in the current account, which is up to the approved limit, and it do not charge prepayment penalty on the borrowers in the event of loan repayment before the tenure. The benefit of the overdraft is it offers flexibility of multiple withdrawal at any time within credit limit. There is no requirement of collateral. It provides flexibility to repay at any time because it has no fixed repayment schedule, and its flexibility to utilize funds as and when required within the approved limit at any time. So the relevant potential rate for overdraft is 0.5% to 3%. Next. The second type of financing is term loan. So the feature of term loans is it offers financing for a specific amount and repayment schedule at fixed interest rate, and it has fixed monthly repayment throughout entire financing tenure. So the benefit is lower interest rate, more flexible, and fast approval. So the relevant potential rate for term loan is no relevant rate. Next. Alright, the third one is revolving credit. The feature of revolving credit is short-term financing facility. The benefit is provide flexibility to roll over financing period for either 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months before maturity date. And it also flexibility of drawing funds as and required at the minimum of 100,000 or multiple thereof. And the relevant potential rate for revolving credit is 0.5% to 3%. Next. Alright, so lastly is business cash loan. The feature of business cash loan is term loan for working capital and loan tenure up to 5 years. So the benefit is no collateral required, and it also guaranteed by government funded scheme. And there is no relevant rate for business cash loan. So that's all from our group. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next group, please.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Farah Najwa and my partner Zuhila. Today we are going to present the types of deposits and financing offered by Citibank. So Citibank offers numerous types of deposits. Among them are accelerated savings account, basic checking account, time deposit, and premium checking account. The benefits of opening accelerated savings account are transfer funds online instantly between various Citibank accounts worldwide at no charge via Citibank Global Transfer, complimentary cash withdrawal at more than 20,000 Citibank ATMs worldwide. Among the features are minimum 5,000 of initial deposit upon account opening, emergency cash withdrawal at Citibank branches worldwide, and complimentary monthly statement. The rate given is 4.38%. So next, basic checking account. The benefits of basic checking account are you can view your Citibank's accounts across participating countries with a single login via online global view and up to 20,000 daily cash withdrawal. Among the features are online global view of accounts via single login, complimentary Citibank ATM withdrawal worldwide, and minimum 30 ringgit of opening balance. The rates will be paid monthly. Next, time deposit. The benefits are partial withdrawals in multiples of 5,000 before the maturity date. Continue to earn the original interest rate with your remaining balance. The features are minimum 5,000 deposit for 1 month tenure, minimum 1,000 deposit for 2 to 60 months tenure, option to pledge for overdraft facility, and the rates will be paid monthly. Okay, the benefits of premium checking account are attractive interest rates for deposits with balance above 10,000, personalized Citibank checkbook, access to over 11,000 maps ATM network nationwide, and the features of premium checking account is on the checkbook that you receive. For local check before 4 p.m., the funds will be available to customer the next business day, but for local check after 4 p.m., the funds will be available to customer on second business day. The interest rate will be paid monthly. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
So here are the types of financing. First, we have housing loan, flexi home loan, loans for commercial vehicle and construction equipment, and the last one, personal loan. So first, housing loan. The benefits are APF withdrawal to reduce the outstanding loan, get your home loan approved in 10 minutes. The features are optional MRTA or MLTA insurance plan to safeguard your home, flexibility to make early or extra payment in any amount at any time. The rates based on daily interest calculation for interest saving. Next, we have flexi home loan. The benefit is option to start your principal repayments even while your property is under construction to reduce your financial commitment quickly. The features is access payment available for withdrawal is eligible for protection by PIDM, and the rates based on daily interest calculation for interest saving. Next, loans for commercial vehicle and construction equipment. The benefits are loans at an attractive and competitive interest rate. The finance on the entire range of the popular commercial vehicle and construction equipment. And the features are a faster loan disposal process, finance for purchase of both new and used commercial vehicle and construction equipment, and the rate based on fixed interest rate for predictable monthly payment. And the last one, personal loan. The benefit are get your personal loan eligibility in just 4 hours. Loan fund credit to your bank account in 48 hours. And the features are balance consolidation for your credit card and personal loan outstanding. And part prepayment option available. And the last one for the rate, fixed interest rate for predictable monthly payments. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Right, thank you. So as of now, you can see some macam tadi yang checking account tu, the function more like current account, the checkbook. And then the promotion lagi kata can be approved by 10 minutes. So basically kalau kita tengok so far, the products offered tu are quite similar. Right, so can we have next bank?
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Dr. Azanti and my fellow classmates. Today our group will present about the type of deposit and financing that offered by the Mizuho Bank Malaysia Berhad. So my group member is Fatimah Abdul Bakar, is me, Khairatun Naimah Ahmad and Nurul Najihah Razali. Next. So the type of deposit is divided four, which is a fixed deposit, saving deposit, demand deposit and short-term deposit. While the type of financing is cash management, trade finance, forex and derivative, and Islamic finance. X. For the fixed deposit, it also known as the fixed deposit account. So the benefit is no cap on maximum amount and easy and fast liquidity option available. So the feature is competitive interest rate are offered with a flexible fixed deposit tenure to the suit customer investment plan. And fixed deposit account can be opened online or by visiting nearest Mizuho Bank Ltd branch. So the relevant rate is 1.6% per annum. For the second type of deposit, which is a saving deposit, also known as a saving account. So benefit is no need a lot of money to open saving account, and also the money is accessible. So the feature is nomination facility is available and the interest rate is decided by the bank. So the relevant rate for the saving account is 0.25% per annum. Next. The third one is a demand deposit. It's also known as a current account and current account with the interest bearing. So the benefit is online transaction facility like paying bill online, easy withdrawal of funds. So the feature is no cap on number of transactions in current account in most of the bank, and the current account has continued nature and there is no fixed tenure of deposit keep it. So the relevant rate is for the demand deposit 0% to 0.05% per annum. The last type of deposit is short-term deposit. It also known as the money market deposit. So the benefit is provide greater liquidity with the high rate of return and also an ideal option to have transitory saving. So the feature is the maturity term range from 7 days to the less than 12 months. And also the rate of return usually high. So the relevant rate for the short-term deposit is 1.82% per annum. So next, I will pass to Nur Najiha. Thank you.
Okay, we continue this financing types. The first type is cash management. So provide straightforward and comprehensive solution to help corporate and institutional clients take control of their cash management needs. So for benefit is to reduce risk, fast access to cash and data, no more downtime. For features is electric payment, virtual account, direct debit. And for this type is no info for relevant rate. Second type is trade finance, a kind of loan that provide the credit need to fund international trade. And for benefit is flexible, convenience, security. For features, cover different types of AT, include issue letter of credit, and this process involves several different parties, include the buyer and seller. For relevant rate is 10% per annum. Next. Next. And for the types is foreign and derivative. Benefit is hedging risk exposure, market efficiency. And for features, it meet customer needs by serve as intermediary between our global investor and corporate customer base. Also help client hedge risk with common interest rate. Cross-currency hedging tools. For relevant rate is 1.75% per annum. And for last type is Islamic finance, which is the benefit is economic growth, reducing poverty and foster shared prosperity, and also helps strengthen financial stability. For features a new investment, cross-border business, environment-based business, and for relevant rate is 2% per annum. So that's all from us. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next one.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nur Ali Natasha binti Zakaria and my partner is Today we will present about types of deposits and financing in BNP Paribas. Here for types of deposit, we only found 3 types of deposit, which are first is demand deposits, second fixed deposits, and third commodity murabahah. So for demand deposit, the features are funds can be withdrawn from the financial institution on demand. Interest can be paid to owners of the demand deposit account based on funds available in the account. There is no eligibility criteria for a user to create a demand deposit account. There is no limit on the number of withdrawals and transfer for a consumer, and there is no maturity period applied in the demand deposit account. But the benefits are ease of access to withdraw funds, multiple sources to withdraw funds, for example, for ATM, online banking, bank teller, and checks. They are also considered in money supply by Federal Reserve. In most countries, it is considered for the majority of the money supply. Second, fixed deposit. The features are the amount can be deposited on new ones. Any additional deposits have to be made in separate accounts. The rate of interest is higher than the savings account. The duration range anywhere between 7 days and 10 years. Fixed deposit can be renewed without any hassle. Withdrawals can be made before the maturity period. In case of an emergency withdrawal, the penalty has to be paid by the customer. The benefits of fixed deposit are safe instruments that offer fixed returns. there is no risk in the principal amount invested. You can option to receive the interest earned either periodically, monthly or quarterly, or go with the cumulative method and receive a lump sum amount on maturity. Fixed deposit are safe from the market fluctuation. The features of two sale and purchase contracts involve the sale of an asset by a seller to a purchaser on a deferred basis. The purchaser of the first sale will sell the same asset to a third party on a cash and spot basis. For the benefits are liquidity absorption. An Islamic bank with excess liquidity that is looking to effectively manage its short-term excess funds can make use of the Community Murabaha transaction instrument. Liquidity injection. The use of Community Murabaha transaction to add the liquidity of Islamic banks also works in reverse. And for the relevant rates, BNP Paribas does not mention their relevant rates in the official website. So I will pass to Izzati.
Okay, thank you, Nur Aldi. Now I will present about types of financing. In BNP Paribas, there's only provide 3 types of financing, which are pledge-based cash financing, capital call financing, and last one, fund of hedge fund financing. So next. First one, pledge-based cash financing. The features are revolving credit facility and committed overdraft facility. For the benefit, the asset in custody are a source of additional liquidity, stable financing terms, and high flexibility in usage, asset safety with no transfer of ownership and no reuse, answer to regulatory liquidity needs, and wide pool of eligible collateral. Next. The second, capital call financing. The features offers equity bridge facility, also known as subscription line or capital call facility to funds that have a capital call mechanism in the form of revolving facility granted at fund or special purpose vehicle level and secured by uncalled limited partner commitments. The benefits are fast access to capital due to shorter lead time. It can accelerate investment closing. Certainty of fund, for example, during the auction process, alignment of limited partners' interests, no need to maintain a cash buffer within the fund, access to letters of credit. And the last one, fund of hedge fund financing. The features are revolving credit facility, suitable for portfolio rebalancing, redemptions, foreign exchange settlement, fee settlement, and leverage. For the benefits, the first for security. It is a first ranking pledge over the assets, so there's no title transfer in these funds. Foreign exchange forward transaction covered by the credit line. Therefore, no initial margin, no variation margin required, no drawdown cost until the settlement is done. Full transparency on credit scoring and monitoring of underlying hedge funds holdings with daily portfolio oversight by their client service team. And lastly, a sophisticated web-based tool with a comprehensive suite of trade order management, liquidity forecasting, accounting, investor, and regulatory reports. That's all from our group. Thank you.
Right, next one.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Hazianti and my fellow friends. Today we will present about the types of deposit and the type of financing. The presenter consists of me, Nur Ali Fadlizul, Nurul Izzati binti Ghazali, and Nur Ain Asfarina binti Asragali. Okay, the 4 types of deposit consists of saving deposit, demand deposit, fixed deposit, short-term deposit. The first one, saving deposit. The product names is basic saving deposit, basic saving account. The benefit multi-tier interest rate every ringgit saved will earn return. Daily interest credited half yearly. Checks express service and cash deposit machine for convenient check deposit. The features are minimum balance to maintain account at all time is 20 ringgit, can be offered individually or jointly. Fees and charges are acceptable. The relevant rates are 0.25%. Next, demand deposit. The product names is basic current account. Benefits are check book to facilitate withdrawals and payment. Monthly statement, banking service at all branches. The Features are minimum account opening amount of 500 ringgit, can be operated individually or jointly. Service charge of 10 ringgit for each half year is every balance under 1,000 ringgit during the half year. The relevant rates is 0.03%. Next, fixed deposit. The product name is fixed deposit. The features are fixed deposit account available for corporation, partnership, trustees, governance bodies, sole proprietors, association, clubs, societies, and individuals. The features are attractive profit rate, flexible period of placement from 1 to 60 months, Alliance online banking service. And the relevant rates are not specific. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, for lastly is short-term deposit. The product name is money market deposit. The benefit applicable to individual and corporates. The features is higher interest than a normal saving account. So for the relevant rate is not specified. Next. 4 types of financing. The first one is personal loan, mortgage, portfolio financing, and share financing. The first one is personal loan. The features is age between 21 to 16 years old. Loan tenure up to 7 years. The benefit is fast approval, no processing fee, no collateral required, and no guarantor required. The relevant rate is 3.99% per annum. So for the next slide, I will pass to Asparina.
Okay, the next one is mortgage. Offer different services to better meet customers' demand, whether they be for their home, office, and more. Product name is Alliance FlexLink Home Loan. The benefits: a flexible mortgage linked to a current account that makes it easier for customer to access the account. The features are no minimum withdrawal amount, no withdrawal fee, interest saving features. Relevant rate is not specified. Next, portfolio financing. The benefit allow customer to capitalize on their existing investment to maximize purchasing power. The features available for Malaysians and Malaysia permanent resident holders. Minimum age 21 years old, maximum 70 years old. Competitive interest rate, margin of financing up to 75%. The relevant rate is not specified. Next. Lastly, share financing. The product name is Margin Plus Trading 2-in-1 account. The benefit gives customer full control of their cash while also allowing them to invest in shares. The features: attractive interest rate, arrangement of redemption with minimal cost, allow cash withdrawal, relevant rate not specified. That's all from us. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Next one.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Today we're going to present on the deposit and financing about HSBC Bank. This is our group member. My name is Muhammad Syamil Ibrahim. Second is Saleh Irwansyah bin Lalu Imran Rosyadi, and third one is Muhammad Hafiz bin Zainan. Okay, for the first one is deposit product. Deposit products consist of a wide variety of financial products whereby clients deliver deposit funds in cash or digitally with a financial institution and may earn financial return depending on the type of deposit and duration. Okay, for the first one, Basic current account. HSBC offers convenience and flexibility services. Basic current account allows you to separate your business transaction from personal finances. The key features for basic current account is withdraw cash whenever you need. The second one is you can manage your funds via online banking, which is HSBC Net or at their branches. The third one, you can access deposit and transfer services quickly and easily. You can also make daily payments and collections conveniently. The rates are not specified. For the second deposit is basic savings account. A basic saving account which pays interest and comes with a complimentary HSBC Visa debit card. Interest rates start at 0 to 0.25%, credited to the account every June and December. The key features for basic saving account is the first one is easy to open. You can also it is also easy to access complimentary monthly e-statement, fund transfer, and bill payment via HSBC online and mobile banking. The last one is it has exclusive deals and privilege with HSBC Visa debit card. The third deposit product is HSBC Time Deposit. A time deposit is an interest-bearing bank account that has a date of maturity, such as a certificate of deposit. The key benefits for time deposit is higher returns than an ordinary savings account. Fixed and competitive deposit rates from 1.40% to 2.0% per annum. Flexible deposit amounts and channels makes flexible placement from as low as 1,000 ringgit, 2 months and above, or 5,000 ringgit for 1 month. The third product for deposit, the last one is HSBC Gold account, a non-interest bearing account offering you the opportunity to place deposits where the amount deposited will be converted and recorded in GLD units. Potentially secure and grow your wealth for the future with an investment account linked to international gold prices with HSBC Bank Malaysia Berhad. Best Foreign Bank in 2012 awarded by Alpha Southeast Asia magazine. It also provides an ideal way to diversify your investment portfolio, providing a more direct exposure to gold prices to preserve and grow your wealth. Gold is also uncorrelated with most other assets and move independently of key economic indicators. This makes gold a good portfolio diversification investment choice. The features and benefits are it is an ideal way to diversify your investment portfolio, providing a more direct exposure to global and gold prices. The opportunity for potential capital gain from gold prices appreciation. It is also quick conversion to cash when you buy and sell GLD unit through HSBC Bank. The next I'm going to talk about is financing products. A financing product is a template that the account administrator can create to model a financing option like a loan, PPA, or cash financing. Financing product is used in a project to fulfill the required fields for a financing option. The first financing product is Ideal Home Plan. The Ideal Home Plan is especially suited to the first-time home buyers of a property worth up to 250,000 in Peninsular Malaysia or 300,000 in East Malaysia. The benefits are margin of financing up to 90% with terms and conditions applied. No monthly fee and setup costs. Interest is calculated monthly and regular systematic repayment through loan tenure. Effective lending rate is 3.5% per annum. The second one is Amanah Personal Financing. A personal loan is money you borrow from a bank, credit union, or an online lender that you pay with an interest over a set period of time. The average interest rate on personal loans tend to be higher than secured loans like mortgage and auto loans, but lower than credit cards interest rates. HSBC Amanah Personal Loan Financing can help you meet your needs and reach your goals. Apply and enjoy flat rates as low as 7.5% per annum. The benefits are profit rates are from as low as 7.5% per annum. Monthly payment as low as 109 ringgit. Financing amount from 50,000 to 250,000 ringgit. No stamp duty, no processing fee, and no early settlement fee. Payment tenure 2 years to, to 7 years. Instant cash disbursement upon approval, and Sharia compliant. The third one is personal overdraft. A personal overdraft is linked to a transaction account. It allows you to access additional funds should you run out of your own money. Like most loans, by accessing your overdraft, you will be charged with interest on the money you borrow. Whenever you need extra funds, HSBC Personal Overdraft can provide you with flexible access to standby credit. The features and benefits are get up to 5 million overdraft limit, minimum 10,000 ringgit, overdraft limit up to 100% of your secured HSBC time deposit amount. Interest is only charged on the utilized amount of the overdraft and calculated on a daily basis. No fixed installment obligation. You only need to service the monthly interest. Repaid principal amount can be withdrawn again. Platinum credit card. A credit card is a financial service very much like a small scale loan. When you make a payment using your credit card, you are essentially borrowing money from the card issuer and are asked to repay the amount at the end of each month. Key features and benefits. Number 1 is earn 8 times reward points for every 1 ringgit on contactless spend. Earn 5 times reward points for every 1 ringgit spent online, such as Lazada, Shopee, Zalora, Grab, Happy Fresh, and Pay. Groceries and overseas spend. When you make a donation to any cause with your HSBC credit card, they will contribute 1% to their supported charities. This HSBC credit card is now made from 85% recycled plastic. That is all from us. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Tengok pun rasa nak pergi sign up for the credit card kan. Saya bagi tahu made by recycle plastics. Right, can we have next one?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ainina Sohana binti Supradi, and here's my group members, Hazatul Aini binti Saliman and Nurul Atika binti Rabai. So today we're going to present about 4 types of deposit and financing for Bank of America Malaysia Berhad. Next. Okay, 4 types of deposit: checking account, saving account, certificate of deposit account, and individual retirement account. For financing, credit account, home loan mortgage, home equity, and auto loan. Next, the types of deposit. First is checking account. The benefit: easy to access anytime, convenient ways to pay, 24/7 security, and smart money management tools. So for features, no monthly fee for student under 25, no overdraft fee, sole ownership for age 16 plus, and potentially relevant rate for gold tier 2%, platinum tier 3%, platinum honors, diamond tiers, and diamond honors tier 4%. Next. The second, saving account. Benefits: tiered savings, rewarding relationship, cashback deals, easy ways to save. Features: monthly fee, maintain a minimum daily balance of at least $500. An account owner is under age 18 or under age 25, qualify as a student. Required opening deposit $100, and $10 fee applies for each withdrawal or transfer exceeding 6 in a monthly statement cycle. Next. Potentially relevant rate for gold tier is 5%, platinum tier 10%, platinum honors is 20%. Next. The next is certificate of deposit account. The benefit: lock rate, FDIC insurance, and automatic renewal. So for features, minimum opening deposit $10,000. Term choose from multiple options, 7 months to 37 months. Annual percentage yield 0.05% depending on balance and term. No additional deposit until maturity and early withdrawal penalty applies. Next. The potentially relevant rate 7 months to 37 months, which is 5%. Next. Okay, lastly is individual retirement account. The features are deducted from the worker's income before taxes and is allowed to grow tax deferred until the worker retires. The amount of annual contribution permitted, the tax deductibility thereof is dependent on the individual's worker situation. Benefit, IRA funds can be invested in a variety of ways, including stocks and bonds, money market accounts, treasury bills, mutual funds, and certificates of deposit. For potential rate, annual contribution limit 20% of net earnings from self-employment as determined under SCP RIA rule up to $58,000. So next I will pass to my friend.
We continue to types of policy. Next. First one is credit card. The features are stay protected, contactless chip technology, overdraft protection, paperless statement option, digital wallet technology, online and mobile banking, and account alerts and FICO score. The benefits are no annual fee, low introductory APR offer, no penalty APR, $100 statement credit online and online bonus. Potential rate, introductory APR 0% for 18 billing cycles, standard APR 12.99% to 22.99%, annual fee $0, balance transfer fee 3% of each transaction, minimum $10. Next. Second one is home loan mortgage. The feature is existing mobile customer may be eligible for reduced loan original fee. Available to borrowers in almost every state with competitive rates and closing costs. Preferred rewards member may qualify for interest rate reduction based on eligibility tied at the time of application. The benefit is can purchase a home without cash, keep cash reserves. The interest is tax deductible. Potential rate breaks based on a $200,000 loan in zip code 68100 Kuala Lumpur, which is $50,000 of purchase price with $50 down payment. Next. Home equity. The feature no application fees, no closing costs, and annual fee. Convenient access to funds, online application, mobile and online banking can generally borrow up to 85% of the value of your home minus the amount you still owe and revolving credit line that you put down. The benefits are terrific interest rates. The amount you borrow is provided to you in one lump sum. A tax deduction may be available for the interest you pay on a home equity loan if the loan was used specifically for your home renovation. Potential rate 0.25% of interest rate discount received for automatic money payment, 0.75% of interest rate discount for initial withdrawals. Preferred rewards member can get an interest rate discount 0.125% for Gold, 0.25% for Platinum, and 0.375% for Platinum Honors. Next. Last but not least is auto loan. The feature is flexible financing term for customers that with disabilities or excess needs purchase or refinance cars, vans, and light trucks to keep the business rolling. No fee application. Loan terms 48 to 72 months. Minimum vehicle value of $10,000. Maximum vehicle age of 5 years, less than 75,000 miles. The benefits are carry fixed interest rates, allow to lock in a loan rate for up to 30 days before you actually buy the car. Potential rate, fixed rates are starting at 2.29% for new cars and 2.49% for used cars. Members can get interest rate discount for Gold 0.25%, Platinum 0.3%, and Platinum Honors 0.5%. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Kita ada lagi berapa group? Dua lagi kan? Dua lagi eh? Saya dah lost count dah berapa dah. Alright, so can we proceed?
Ada lagi dua.
Ada lagi dua kan? Right.
Boleh nampak ke?
Boleh.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum to Dr. Hazianti and my fellow friends. Today, we're gonna take a look on types of deposit and financing available in OCBC Bank. So my teammates are Muhammad Zuaziman bin Muhammad alias Abdul Rahman, me myself Adam Zakwan, and lastly Amira Aiman bin Muhammad Fahad. So today we will see the types of deposit and financing that are available in OCBC Bank. So first one is frank account, 360 account, booster account, fixed deposit, education loan, overdraft, home loan, special housing loan scheme. And first, we're gonna take a look the type of deposit that provided by OCBC Bank. There are 4 accounts. There are OCBC frank accounts, OCBC 360 account, OCBC booster account, and lastly OCBC fixed deposit. So the first one, frank account. The feature of frank account, OCBC frank account is saving account that allow you to split your money between a save pot and spend pot, giving you a new way to save and spend and manage your money. The benefit is the money in your save pot will earn you a bonus interest on top of your base interest that is comparable to a fixed deposit board rate. The second one is there's no lock-in period or withdrawal penalty. The potential rates are the base rate that are currently on 0.05% per annum, deposit rate 0.7% per annum, pay bills rate 0.7% per annum, and spend rate at 0.7% per annum. The second one is OCBC 360 account. The feature of OCBC 360 account is a deposit account that pays you bonus interest when you do all of this, such as credit your salary through Giro, save and increase your account balance. The benefit of OCBC 360 account is a great product where effective interest rate are one of the highest compared to another account. So the potential rates, the maximum effective interest or profit is 2.15% per annum on the first RM 100,000 on your account balance. Next one, the booster account. The feature of the OCBC booster account is saving account that rewards you with a high base interest rate when you maintain an account balance of $30,000 and above. In addition, it rewards you with a bonus when you invest in or insure with OCBC. The benefit is high interest or profit rates for saving account, high base interest or profit rate of 1.6% per annum, flexibility to withdraw anytime. You will be entitled a MAPS fee waiver for the first 2 withdrawal every month. Also, there are no holding period for the funds. There are 2 interests that are given. The first one is base interest 1.60% per annum and wealth bonus 1.2% per annum. So total of the interest that given are 2.8% per annum. So that's all for me. I will pass to another presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Adam. So next, I will present about the fixed deposit. The feature is the OCBC fixed deposit is an account that allows customers to deposit their assets fund for higher interest within that normal saving account for a predetermined terms. So the benefit is fixed deposit account holder will inadvertently save money since the FD require the holder to invest a lump sum amount for a fixed period of time. So Next is the premature withdrawal attract penalties. So the potential rate is 1.85 interest with a profit on a 4-month fixed deposit when you place a minimum of 10,000 ringgit fresh funds. So next is the financing provided by OCBC Bank, which is education loan, bank overdraft loan, home loan, and special housing loan scheme. So next, so the first is the education loan. The feature is the loan can help the supplement the fund that you have set aside for your child's higher education. So the benefit is help to cover any shortfall of your existing study fund up to 250,000 ringgit, cover both local and overseas institutions, including winning programs. The loan amount can be settled anytime without any penalty. Stretch the repayment tenure up to 7 years. So the potential rate is the effective lending rate of 5.40% per annum is calculated as 2.58% plus 2.82% per annum on the basis that the base rate remain constant at 2.58 per annum throughout the tenure. So next is the bank overdraft loan. So the feature is pledge your asset for extra cash. So the benefit is the overdraft loan give you immediate access to extra fund when you don't have any left. So they are ideal for temporary financial issue, unexpected expenses, or emergency costs. And overdraft gives you the comfort of knowing you will always have a financial backup. So the protection rate is the effective lending rate of 4.55% per annum is calculated as 2.58% plus 1.97% per annum on the basis that the base rate remain constant at 2.58 per annum throughout the tenure. So that's all. I will pass to next presenter. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Aiman. Yeah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. Uh, uh, okay, the next type of financing that provided by OCBC Bank is home loan. Home loan is a credit facility that is used to finance the purchase of a residential property for owner occupation or to refinance an existing loan with an existing creditor. Repayment is made in monthly installment of principal and interest calculated on a daily rate basis, plus may be revised at any time with 21-day notice. So the benefit of a home loan is a lot, which is the first one is there is no notice required on extra payment to reduce the loan amount. The home portion of it can withdraw the capital debt whenever you need the funds. Okay. The potential rates for a standard 30 years of housing loan of 350,000 ringgit is 3.45% per annum. This can be calculated by base rate plus 0.87% per annum, and the base rate is 2.58% per annum from of the base rate is constant throughout the tenure. Okay. The second, the last one is the last one is special housing loan scheme. A special housing. Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Dengar je.
Dengar tu.
Oh.
Tapi terputus-putus sikit. Tak apa, proceed je.
Sebab saya okay. And then the last one is special housing loan scheme. The special housing loan scheme is a credit facility to finance the purchase of low-cost residential property for the purpose of owner occupation. Repayment just same as the home loan. It can financing up to 250,000 ringgit in Peninsular Malaysia and 300,000 ringgit in East Malaysia. Repayment period of up to 30 years or up to age 65, whichever is earlier, and has a freestanding instruction on monthly installments. The potential rate for a standard 30 years of housing loan of 100,000 ringgit is 3.75% per annum. This can be calculated uh, by base rate plus 1.17% per annum, and the base rate is same as mentioned before. And I think it's all from us. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Can we have the last one?
Doctor, can you see my slide? Hello?
Yeah, nampak.
Okay.
Can proceed.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Dr. Hazianti and my fellow friends. Today, me, Rizman Shakif bin Raizat, with my group members, Muhammad Saiful Idhan and Afif Firdaus, will be presenting about the types of deposits and financings of MUFG Bank. So, for the types of financings will be explained by Muhammad Saiful.
Right, so for the first type of financing available in MUFG Malaysia Berhad is real estate finance. So they support their customer with real estate non-resource loan in which the principal and interest are repaid exclusively from the cash flow or organization of the underlying asset. And the key benefits of real estate using no resource loan limits various acquisition risk and development risk. So the originator is available to remove the underlying asset from its balance sheet and may repay debts using So the originator is able to remove the underlying assets from its balance sheet and may repay debts by using the funds received to improve its financial standing. Next. So next one is the supply chain finance. So it is a purchase of trade finance receivable from the supply which supply goods and service to customers of MUFG Bank. And the key benefit of supply chain finance is for the customer, it is a way to improve payment terms and raise financial via working capital. And for the suppliers, it is a way to improve the cash conversion cycle, possibly at a lower funding rate. Next. So the next one is the securitization. So it is a sale of asset from the client typically to the bankruptcy remote SPV, which is founded by MUFG Bank or its ABCP conduct. So the key benefit of securitization is typically a cost-efficient funding and diversification of fundings. And it's also accelerated monetization of asset and improved cash conversion cycle. And it's also potential of balance sheet treatment. Next. So the next one is the trade finance. So MUFG trade finance teams offer risk management and support and advice on financial to their clients.
Trade finance also help clients to meet their financial obligation and support their working capital requirement. So the benefit to obligator, it is an opportunity for improving payment conditions and reduce of purchasing costs. And the benefit to supplier, it is financing through obligators credits and improvement of cash flow. Next.
Okay, thank you, Saiful. And now, now I will present the type of deposit that provide in MUFG Bank. Before that, I want to tell that I will describe the benefit of each type of deposit in general, and there are no relevant rate as MUFG Bank does not provide information on the matter in their website or annual report. Okay, first is a current account. Current account, the feature current account protected by Perdana Industrial Deposit Malaysia or PIDM up to 250,000 Malaysia for each depositor. Deposit type is a demand deposit and the currency is a ringgit Malaysia and foreign currency. And the benefit is federally insured by PFDM for up to 250,000 Malaysia when you deposit cash in a current account. So if the bank fail, you had earned money is protected. Second, the bank will offer you a return in the form of interest or profit rate. Third, segregate business finance from personal finance. Next, professionalism in business. And last, ability to prove credit worthiness. Okay, next. Okay, the second is a saving account. Is it for feature is protected by PIDM up to 250,000 Malaysia for each depositor. Deposit type is saving deposit and the currency is a ringgit Malaysia and foreign currency. For benefit, it is federally insured by PIDM for up to 250,000 when you deposit cash in a saving account. So if the bank fail, you had earned money is protected. And the bank will offer you a return in the form of interest or profit rate. Next. Third is a fixed deposit feature protected by PIDM up to 250,000 for each depositor. Deposit type is saving deposit and the currency is ringgit Malaysia and foreign currency. For benefit, it is federally insured by PIDM for up to 250,000 ringgit Malaysia when you deposit cash is in a fixed account. So if the bank fails, you had earned money is protected. The bank will offer you a return in form of interest or profit rate. Investment return is guaranteed, flexibility on deposit tenor, and encourage a saving habit. Next. Lastly is a extendable investment deposit feature. Is it protected by PIDM up to 250,000 ringgit Malaysia for each depositor. The deposit type is an investment and the currency for this account is ringgit Malaysia and foreign currency. For benefit, is federally insured by PIDM for up to 250,000 ringgit Malaysia when you deposit cash in a fixed account. So if the bank fail, you had earned money is protected, and the bank will offer you a return in the form of interest or profit rate. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. So habis semua dah present
Doktor, ada one
satu. Ada satu lagi. Okay.
Thanks.
Alright, can you make it short? Just go through the different types of deposit and financing and a bit on the features lah. Don't have to read line by line of your slides.
Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning to Dr. Hazanti and my fellow classmates. So I will go present about offering plan deposit and financing. Our presenter which is me, Izzati Wahidah binti Abdul Razak, Farliana binti Muhammad Isa and Qurrata Ain binti Muhammad Iskandar. The types of deposit is savings account, I, Hafiz Islamic term deposit I, fixed deposit, Hafiz Islamic term deposit I. Savings account I, online banking, PIDM protected up to 250,000. Profit rate 0.25% to 1.85%. Minimum deposit 100. Saving accounts I benefit is 24/7 internet banking services, Sharia compliant, passbook or e-statements. Afin Islamic Visa debit card. Extensive branch network and eligible for protection by PIDM. Fixed deposit I is features tenure 1 to 16 months, minimum deposit 1 month, minimum 5,000, and 2 months and above, minimum will be 500. The benefits is Sharia compliance based on Sharia concept of wakalah. Wakalah with underlying commodity murabahah. Withdrawal, early full withdrawal is allowed with no additional charges, subject to terms and conditions. Crediting of profit, hassle-free and waive brokerage fee. So I will pass to the next presenter.
So the next one is fixed deposit for SME. The benefits is flexible tenure, affordable minimum placement amount, protection against market fluctuations, and eligible for protection for PIDM. And the next one is Islamic term deposit for SME, which is it is Sharia compliant, based on Sharia and principles of wakalah, and flexible tenure between 1 to 60 months, affordable minimum placement amount, and brokerage fee is waived at one-time signing of agency letter. Next is automatic renewal, which is upon maturity, profit can be reinvested. And then the next one is fixed return on investment. The profit rate is fixed upfront and hence keeping your money protected from market fluctuation. And lastly, eligible for protection by PIDM up to 2,000 and 100,000 for each depositor. So the next one is types of financing. The first one in POSIS 4, Affin Home Solution Plus, Affin Islamic Personal Financing I, Affin Education Financing I, and the last one is Affin Bank Vehicle Loans. For the first one, Affin Home Solution Plans have the features is loan margin up to 50%, 95%, loan tenure up to 30 years, which is, and then the next one is property value minimum of 200,000, retention or login, and interest rate base rate plus 0.60% and 0.6% per annum. The benefits Dream House comes through, caters to various financing purposes, comprehensive protection, safe interest with payment with advance payments, withdrawal facility, and MRTA, MRTT coverage. Next, I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Next, the second one is Affin Islamic Personal Financing I. Okay, the financing tenure minimum 2 years, maximum 10 years, until the age of 60 years, whichever is earlier. Maximum for pensioners is 10 years or until the age of 70 years. Okay, profit rates offers both fixed and variable rates. Financing amount minimum 2,500 or 5,000 for pensioners and maximum 250,000 by the terms and conditions. Next, the benefits financing for unplanned expenses, Sharia compliant financing, and takaful coverage. Next, skip the hassle, no guaranteed exposure is required. Rebate for early settlement and ceiling profit rate, which is at 15% per annum. Okay, the next one is Affin Education Financing I. Okay, for the features, financing margin up to 90% of coursework fee, financing tenure up to 15 years, financing amount up to 400,000, financing maximum financing amount of 600,000, but only for medical students only.
and collateral may be required either fully or partially secured against term deposit I or unencumbered property. Next. Okay, for the benefits, it's financing or academic future, Sharia compliant fee, no early settlement fee, no guarantor is required, but collateral may be required either fully or partially, and a ceiling rate at 10% per annum, and takaku coverage. Okay, the last one is Affin Bank vehicle loan. Next. Okay, I just simply show the table just now, but you can more for the information you can visit Affin Always internet bank online banking. Okay, next. Okay, for the benefits, it is an affordable plan, high margin of financing up to 90% for new cars and 85% for used cars, fixed rate financing, and flexible loan tenure up to 9 years of loan tenure. And then it is hassle-free loan repayment and comprehensive insurance coverage, such as motor insurance, AXA Gap, and HP Life. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.
Okay, alright, thank you. Cuma saya nak tanya kenapa you all punya produk ni combine conventional dengan Islamic, ambil conventional sahaja. Affin tadi tu.
Oh, sebab ambil dalam website Affin Always.
Sebab, okay, if you go back to the assignments and your bank of your choice, you choose Affin Bank. So kalau boleh the product, because it's a mixture kan, ada yang Islamic, ada yang conventional. Nanti saya tengok balik macam mana. Because kalau you choose Islamic, Affin Islamic, then tak apalah kita nak tengok the Islamic product tu. Okay, so today kita dah tengok all the benefits and also features for products, deposit and also financing for commercial banks. And then for next week, so please watch the video, answer the quiz starting on the 16th nanti. And I will see you again in week 14. And in the meantime, you can try to complete your task 3 with the calculation, and please be careful with the numbers lah. Just follow the formula yang saya dah bagi tu. Alright, so I will see you next week lah, the following week. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Doctor.